Hello, FreightWaves. I'm Kendall Scott, and I'm so happy to be at FreightWaves Live. Before I kick off the Turvo demo, I wanted to talk about collaboration. If we can agree that the supply chain is not a chain, it's a network, it's an ecosystem, then how do we leverage collaboration to solve real supply chain problems and give everyone a better experience? Well, I have Jeff D'Angelo, co-founder of Turvo, here with me today to talk about just that. Jeff will talk more about collaboration and then give you a preview of the Turvo product and the end-to-end exceptional experience that it provides. Take it away, Jeff.
Thank you for the great introduction, Kendall. A lot of people ask me, Jeff, why is Turvo so different? It's the architecture. Turvo is designed more like a social network and less like a siloed platform or a point solution. If we believe that the supply chain is actually a network with shared workflows, then you need a technology that enables that. It's a team sport. You need a team sport technology. Turvo uses collaboration to remove the inefficiencies between companies, creating automation and giving everyone a much better experience. The great thing about a collaboration with such a great architecture is that we solve more problems than just tracking a shipment. You can actually apply collaboration to just about every problem in the ecosystem. Let me show you some of those amazing experiences now.
Turvo is about visibility across the entire supply chain. It's about collaboration between organizations. It's about giving your customers and your network, that means your carriers, your vendors, your sort of ecosystem, a better experience. And so I'm going to walk you through some scenarios where we go end to end, from orders to inventory, to appointment scheduling, to shipments, to sort of even booking shipments digitally. So when I'm talking about Turvo, I usually talk about the problems we solve and how we solve them versus just plain features. So let's talk about the first problem we're trying to solve really broadly across the ecosystem. So large organizations, large shippers, large 3PLs, and even large carriers have many different systems where they need to aggregate data in one place, not just for analytics, but also for execution and collaboration. And so one great thing we do is we sort of bring all of these systems of record together and unify that together in one place. So I might want to house all of my orders in one place, right? I might want to house all of my shipments in one place, coming from my ERP or my TMSs, be able to execute upon them. I might also want to bring in my WMS data. Notice we bring in all the structured data, which I'll talk about a little bit later, around the actual item itself. Now again, all this data is super useful within the four walls of a company, but you're also able to share that with your customers. So for example, I'm in Pacific Sky Logistics, and if I go to Dole now has that same experience to say, hey, where is my inventory? What locations are my inventory in? So think about entities being shared sort of across tenant. I want to illustrate here that the Turvo solves more than just sort of visibility, in that we wanted to solve complex problems for big shippers and big 3PLs, especially those that want to understand more about inventory and even things like appointment scheduling. And so what we wanted to do for our large customers that owned or managed warehouses was give them the ability to simply publish their schedule, just like OpenTable.com or GolfNow.com, to their ecosystem, and allow their ecosystem to make appointments. Because traditionally, what happens is you get a lot of emails, you get a lot of phone calls, you have a lot of manual work. Even though there are organizations that have these sort of digital experiences to make appointments, they are not literally connected to the execution platform or the collaboration platform or the visibility platform. And so for us, it's about bringing all these things together in one place. So as an organization that has warehouses, I can simply publish my schedule. Notice this is a location. I want to publish my schedule. I can publish it by customer. I can reserve these sort of slots. If I want to schedule an appointment, I can do it in the user interface. So if Pacific Sky Logistics wants to offer the shipment to, let's say, John's Trucking can go in and literally schedule the appointment themselves. Simply by going into the user interface, right? They can go into details here, go into the route, and now I'm going to bring up that schedule where I could reserve a slot if I wanted to. I could make this a recurring appointment. If I'm the carrier on the shipment, this will default to me, so we don't want to sort of have a bunch of extra work for the users. I insert what my order or shipment ID is. I tell the platform if there's a live or drop trailer in terms of unloading. And now, as you notice, I've scheduled that appointment for 5:30 to 6:30 based off of me as the warehouse owner, what I've sort of enabled in my settings. We also have this unauthenticated experience. So if you don't have Turvo, or if your network doesn't have Turvo, don't fret. We have a way to do this within a sort of just a web experience, where if you simply have the sort of order ID, you can tell the platform what you want to book and you can see what's available here. Now I want to bring you back into shipments. A lot of organizations talk about digital freight brokers and sort of digital booking. We've brought the experience into the operating system itself. And so what I want to show you today is now our customers can literally go in and book carriers through the platform, not just get rates from historical data. And so the carriers in our carrier network can literally publish capacity, they can search for freight, they can, sort of book shipments with our clients, and vice versa. Our clients can sort of see them digitally, request that they have an offer, and they can book. And here's a way you might show it is, let's say I want to see anything that needs cover. So needs cover means I need a carrier on that shipment. So I'm going to go down to this particular shipment. Notice Turvo is already recommending the best carriers for the shipment. So maybe I want to make an offer to John's Trucking, or maybe I want to make an offer to all of these. I'll show you just here within the offer experience. I can say John's Trucking, and this might come to me, so I can show you that it'll come to me or come to them. It defaults to the carrier email. And let's say I want to tell the carrier, this is going to be $300, right? I can have an expiration date. I can, send them a little note here, and then I can make that offer. Now, the great thing is, again, this is cross-tenant, which means if I'm in the carrier experience here, I click refresh, I will have gotten an email directly, or a notification saying, hey, you have a new offer. Notice in the experience now I have that new offer. I can reject that offer, I can counter that offer, but here I'm going to accept. And so what happens with that acceptance is, if now I go to my shipments, notice that shipment that I just booked is in the top left, it's in the covered status. And if I go into sort of Pacific Sky and I see those shipments that have been booked, now you'll see that this one is covered with John's Trucking. So thank you, FreightWaves. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I always get excited about showing the product, because to me, it's the most fun part of our job is sharing what we've done here at Turvo, and really solving problems through technology is one of the most important things we do for the ecosystem.